Afternoon, everybody, and welcome to regular council meeting, City of Gulf Shores, February the 10th. I'll call the meeting to order and ask Pastor Larry Wood to lead us with the invocation. Hello, sir.
Hello. Thank you so much, Mayor Kraft, members of the council. May we bow together in prayer. Lord, as we are coming into Mardi Gras season, we are going to be welcoming a lot of folks into this community. Just as we have throughout a busy snowbird season, we will be seeing many people out and about and lining the roadways and celebrating one of the truly joyous times of the year. We ask for safekeeping. We pray that your good hand will be upon all of our community and that you will help us to appreciate what it means to come toward one of the holiest times of the year. And as we do so, that we might deepen our fellow feeling and our care for this town. We ask this all in your sacred name, and I pray this in the name of Christ my Lord. Amen.
Amen. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Will you call roll?
Yes, sir. Mr. Garris?
Here.
Mr. Harris?
Here.
Dr. Dyken?
Here.
Mayor Kraft?
Here. Small crew this evening, but we do have a quorum, so we're good to go. First item on the agenda is approval of minutes. We got 3 sets to consider tonight, the first of which is the council meeting of January the 27th.
Motion to approve January 27th, 2025 council meeting.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve these minutes as presented. Any discussion or comment? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Those minutes are approved. The next set is February the 3rd council work session meeting minutes.
Move for approval of the minutes of the February 3rd council work session meeting.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve these minutes as submitted. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Those minutes are approved. The next set was a special council meeting also on February 3rd.
Motion to approve February 3rd, 2025 special council meeting.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to additionally approve these minutes. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Those minutes are approved. Moving on to approval of expense vouchers in the amount of $17,704,027.10. Anna, you just won't stop.
I know, another 17 million, right? No, sir, 7.86 million of that was for biannual debt service. That is on the large issue for the school. It's front-loaded. We pay the principal and interest in March of every year. Our capital improvements citywide were just under 8.2 million. Most of that was for the high school as well as our Highway 59 widening project. Just under $1 million was loaned to the Airport Authority for the terminal construction project, and our biweekly operations were just over 680,000.
Any questions for Anna on these expense vouchers?
Move for approval of the expense vouchers as stated.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve these expense vouchers. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Those expense vouchers are approved. Thank you, Anna. Next, we have several public assembly permits. Grant, you've got them all. I'll let you begin.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mayor. So as we presented last Monday at the work session, this is a public assembly permit application for the Badger Beach Bash volleyball tournament scheduled February 28th and March the 1st. 6 schools representing 4 states, about 225 attendees. We'll be setting up at Gulf Place, at West Gulf Place area. They do anticipate having food trucks present. This application has been reviewed by all department staff, and it's ready for your consideration, recommended approval.
Thank you, Grant. Any questions for Grant on this assembly permit?
Motion to approve public assembly permit for Badger Beach Bash.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve this permit as presented. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? This permit is approved. Thank you, Grant. Next.
Yes, sir. Time for our public assembly permit application for the 46th annual Mardi Gras Parade, Fat Tuesday. You'll notice I'm wearing some of the custom Gulf Shores City Mardi Gras beads, and we've presented them also to council. These are available at the Gulf Shores City Store for sale. This year's Grand Marshal, Brent Burns, will be the Grand Marshal for the Gulf Shores Mardi Gras Parade. The route is the same as it has been the last couple of years, and it starts at Highway 59 on Beach Highway and rolls east all the way to the Gulf State Park Pier parking lot. This application has been reviewed by all departments, and it is ready for consideration with a recommendation to approve. I will say one thing. This year, the number of applicants that are choosing to sign up to participate as parade goers is a very small number right now. So we're hoping that we'll get additional people and organizations that want to actually join the parade and actually parade. So we're looking for additional organizations and groups to actually join the parade. With that, happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Grant. Any questions for Grant on the Mardi Gras Parade application?
Move for approval of the public assembly permit application for our Mardi Gras parade.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve this application as submitted. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That permit is approved. Grant?
Thank you. Next is another beach volleyball tournament. This one is brought to us by the Alabama Gulf Coast Sports Center and University of Mobile. This had been planned to take place at the new facility at the Gulf Shore Sportsplex. The facility is not ready. No changes since last Monday's presentation. This will be taking place on March 8th and March 9th at the West Gulf Place area. It's a small 6-court, very small setup tournament to be held at the beach. This has also been approved by all departments, ready for your action today with a recommendation to approve.
Thank you, Grant. Any questions for Grant on this application for the Pleasure Island Volleyball?
Motion to approve the public assembly permit for the University of Mobile Beach Volleyball Conference matches.
Second.
Motion and second to approve this as submitted. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That permit is approved. Grant, one more.
Yes, sir. Moving along into the summer months, this is the assembly permit application for the Independence Day fireworks celebration, Friday, July 4th. I'll be shooting the fireworks from the Gulf State Park Pier once again this year at 9 p.m. The screenshot on the presentation board is the location midway south of the pier where the fireworks will be shot. This location has been approved by the fire marshal and by Gulf State Park and by Department of Conservation Natural Resources. It's the same location we've shot from in the past. This application has been accepted and has been reviewed by all departments within the city, and it's recommended for your approval and action this evening.
Thank you, Grant. Any questions for Grant on this permit?
Move for the approval of the public assembly permit for the COGS July 4th fireworks display.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve this permit as submitted. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And along the lines of what I call really good news, George Surrey is home for those, he's had some surgical procedures and he's home and I think doing well. Melvin, is that correct? Yes, sir. Doing well and recovering, and we can't have a fireworks discussion without thinking about George and his the role he plays keeping us safe. So that ends those special presentations and permits. And before we start new business, John, you got an announcement you want to go ahead and make?
Yes, Mayor, we have item L and M on the Section 8 today, amending the Code of Ordinances for Chapter 14 and amending the franchise agreement. We're going to pull those off today and spend a little bit more time reviewing that. We'll come back next cycle with some other proposed potential changes to Chapter 14, including changing the collection or the times that trash bins are allowed to be on the street and reducing those hours. So we'll be pulling those tonight and coming back next cycle.
Thank you, John. Again, that shows we had a lot of discussion last Monday in the meeting, pre-meeting related to all of this, and there were a lot of questions that we have not answered, and we realize that we've got a little more work to do. So all of you that were here last week and spoke your mind, thank you for doing that, and we appreciate your comments, and we'll We'll be doing it again next cycle. That means we'll start on the following Monday with another work session, conversation, and then we'll wait the following Monday to vote. So that's the process going forward, so. And with that, we'll move forward, and the next item on the agenda is Resolution 6929. Grant?
Yes, sir. Now that we have an assembly permit for the fireworks, we need to purchase the fireworks. And so what you have before you is a resolution authorizing the mayor to sign a contract with Pyro Shows in an amount not to exceed $37,595, which is budgeted for the fireworks purchase for this year's fireworks display.
Thank you, Grant. That's Resolution 6929.
Move for the adoption of Resolution 6929 and waive its reading.
Second.
A motion and a second to adopt this resolution as presented. Any discussion or comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 6929 is approved and adopted. Grant, one more?
Yeah, sure. And finally, related to fireworks, this is the memorandum of understanding with Department of Conservation and Natural Resources for us to work together and to utilize the pier for the execution of this event.
Resolution 6930.
Motion to adopt resolution 6930.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to adopt resolution 6930 as presented. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 6935 is approved.
Thank you.
All right, Grant, I thought you were through, but you got another one. I'm sorry. Don't you have 6931?
Apologize.
I led you down that path.
And finally, this evening this is a resolution authorizing the 2025 program and events annual event calendar. So instead of bringing each of these to the mayor and council for assembly permits that throughout the year, we put together a list of these events that we've held for time and time, including Music at Meyer Park, S'mores on the Shores, our track championship, song and cinemas, Sunset Series, Community Christmas. All these are long-standing events that we host as an event division. So we're asking for a resolution authorizing this calendar of events to move forward for the 2025 program. Be glad to answer questions.
Thank you, Grant. That's resolution 6931.
Move for the adoption of resolution 6931 and waive its reading.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to adopt this resolution as presented. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 6931 is approved.
Thank you.
Thank you, Grant. Next item, resolution 6932. Lee?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mayor. This is a request for master signage plan approval for Legendary Marina located on Waterway West Boulevard. These are images of the site location. There have been no changes to this request since the work session last week. The property is outlined there in yellow. It's about a 25-acre site, which represents their phase 1 of construction. They also have some property across Waterway West, and we'll be master planning that in the near future. Master signage plan is permitted for commercial developments and PUDs that are 10 acres or more in size. It allows modifications to the signage ordinance, and those modifications are reviewed for consistency with the intensity and scope of the overall development. Just to note, all the signs that are proposed within their master signage plan, which I'm going to just go through a few of them, comply with the signage regulations in the zoning ordinance, other than a detached sign and directional signs within the development. Again, a note that the detached sign exceeds the size limitations of ICW North, which is the underlying zoning for the PUD, but is actually smaller than the signage that's permitted in other commercial zoning districts. So based on that and the future development potential of this property, city staff does support the request to allow the larger detached sign as well as the internal directional signs by way of this master signage plan. And this is the first modification that's requested. This is their proposed detached sign. They are only proposing a single detached sign at the primary entrance. This is 2 lots. The site's about 1,000 feet wide on Waterway West, yet while they're permitted a couple of signs, they are only requesting 1 detached sign. It is 15 feet tall. The ICW North zoning actually only allows a detached sign of 8 feet tall, but the BG and BA, other comparable commercial zonings actually allow a 25 feet tall sign. So we felt like we worked with them to get the size of the sign down, and they accommodated that to be somewhere in between what we would see in ICW North versus what we might see in a BG or BA zone piece of property. So midway about between BG and what's typically allowed in ICW North. The area of the sign is 85 square feet. Only 32 square feet is permitted in ICW North. But again, comparing it to other commercial districts that we're familiar with, it's less than what's permitted in other commercial districts. And that doesn't account for, there are multiple tenants, multiple uses here. And there are ways to get your sign even larger by using multi-tenant signs. You can get up to about 156 square feet. So, and looking more broadly at what the zoning could allow, we felt like the single detached sign and the size that they're proposing is in line, if not even smaller than what they could be allowed in other zoning districts, or if they took advantage of 2 signs or the multi-tenant option. So we felt that this was in keeping with the overall development and are recommending approval. The digital sign area as proposed is 32 square feet. They could actually get up to 34 square feet. Again, if it were a multi-tenant sign, it's a percentage of the overall signage, which is how we come up with the digital sign area. If they were to go with the bigger sign, they could actually get up to 34 square feet, which is permissible in other zoning districts. That's what you typically see along 59 in the BG and BA areas is a 32, 34 square foot digital sign. This is in line with other commercial signage that we're familiar with. The second modification is their internal directional signs. Internal directional signs, we don't see a lot of these. Typically, you see them like for fast food restaurants where they might have drive-through or enter and exit. They're very small signs. Pelican Place is a really good example of, they have a master signage plan and they have directional signs that are much larger than the zoning ordinance permits by way of the master signage plan. And we feel there are 4 internal signs that they're proposing. Again, it's a 25-acre site. You've got marina uses. You've got people coming off of boats and walking to sales centers and clubs and coffee shops and things like that. So having some directional signage internal to the property we think is appropriate. The 4 sign locations we are in favor of, and the overall height and dimensions of the signs we think are in keeping with the overall scale of the development and are in favor of. Thirdly, this is another addition to their master signage plan. The zoning ordinance does allow temporary signs while projects are under construction. They've requested as a component of their master signage plan to have a temporary sign located on State Highway 59. They've requested a 95 square foot sign. We looked at our city directional signs, and they're in the range of 60 to 65 square feet. We feel like it's good to identify the development on State Highway 59, but we'd like to see a smaller sign. So we are recommending a sign size that's in keeping in height and area with our city directional signs, which we see out on State Highway 59 as well. So we are recommending approval. There are 2 conditions. The first is that in order to install that temporary sign, AlDOT must approve a permit for locating that sign within their right-of-way, and that will be required at the time of sign permit application. And then the second condition is that the temporary sign located within the State Highway 59 right-of-way, if approved, shall only remain in place for 365 days and contain a maximum of 60 square feet of sign area. We've walked through this with the applicant. They're in favor of these conditions as well. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Lee. That's Resolution 6932.
Motion to adopt resolution 6932.
Second.
Have a motion and a second for 6932. Any discussion or comment? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 6932 is approved and adopted. Thank you, Lee. Next, we have Resolution 6933. Jenny, this is an ALDOT Cooperative Maintenance Agreement.
Yes, so this is a resolution for a cooperative agreement with ALDOT for the sidewalk maintenance on Highway 182. There's no changes from last week. What this will give us the opportunity to do is cover all of 182 under this one contract rather than having to bring forward to you every single time that a new permit application is received for work on that right of way or addition of sidewalk.
Thank you, Jenny. Council, any questions on 6933?
Move for the adoption of Resolution 6933 and waive its reading.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to adopt ordinance 6933. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 6933 is approved. Jenny, you've got one more, 6934?
Yep, one more. So this is authorizing agreement with Volkert Construction for the biannual bridge inspections that are required by ALDOT. We issue this contract biannually to cover all of the bridge inspections that ALDOT requires to prove that our bridges are compliant with their standards. You have to have a certified bridge technician look at those, and we don't have one on staff, so we use Volkert for that service.
Thank you, Jenny. Council, that's any questions on Resolution 6934?
Move for the adoption of resolution 6934 and waive its reading.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to adopt this ordinance as submitted. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? This resolution is approved and adopted. Next, we have Resolution 6935. This is custodial supplies. Amy?
Yes, the Public Works Department would like to award our custodial supplies bid to Imperial Dade in an amount not to exceed $60,000, and there are no changes from last week.
It's Resolution 6935.
Motion to adopt resolution 6935.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to adopt this resolution as presented. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you, Amy. That resolution is approved and adopted. Next, we have Resolution 6936, Lieutenant Taylor.
Mayor, Council, what we have here is a resolution to prohibit alcohol on the beach for our 2025 spring break season, beginning March 1st and ending April 28th, 2025, with no changes.
Thank you, sir. That's Resolution 6936.
Move for the adoption of Resolution 6936 and waive its reading.
Second.
Have a motion to second, adopt and approve Resolution 6936. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 6936 is approved. Thank you, sir. Melvin, Resolution 6937.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, Mayor and Council. The first resolution is for an MOU between the City of Gulf Shores and Ballard Hospitality Groups. This is for lifeguard services at the lodge. This is a contract or an agreement that we've had since 2018. And what it is they reimburse us up to $25,000 for our lifeguards being on that property.
Thank you, sir. That's Resolution 6937.
Motion to adopt resolution 6937.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to adopt this resolution as presented. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 6937 is approved. Melvin, you got another one?
Yes, sir. The next one is for the saltwater pavilion between the City of Gulf Shores and the Alabama Department of Conservation. Again, we've provided this service to the state since 2018. It's for the reimbursement up to $36,000. This year, I'm sure Chief Phillips explained this last week, but the only addition is the use of a storage facility at the saltwater pavilion so the lifeguards can have a place to get out of inclement weather and to have lunch.
Thank you, sir. That's Resolution 6938.
Move for the adoption of Resolution 6938 and waive its reading.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to adopt this resolution as presented. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 6938 is approved and adopted. Thank you, Melvin. Lee, got an ordinance for us.
Yes, sir. There have been no changes to this request since last week. This is a request for an application for annexation for property located at 4704 Gino Road. I think we have a graphic, Terrence, if you don't mind pulling it up. It's going to be the last slide in that. Yeah, it'll be right after that. It's about half an acre. It's located just south of Cotton Creek Trace. It's got an existing single-family home on the property, and the property owners are wishing to annex into the city of Gulf Shores in order to keep their children enrolled in Gulf Shores City Schools. Be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Lee. That's ordinance 2150. Is there a motion to suspend the rules?
Motion to suspend the rules of procedure, consider this ordinance.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to suspend the rules. Toby?
Mr. Garris.
Aye.
Mr. Harris.
Aye.
Dr. Dyken.
Aye.
Mayor Kraft.
Aye. The rules are suspended. We're free to consider ordinance 2150 as presented.
Move for the adoption of ordinance 2150 and waive its reading.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to adopt this ordinance as presented. Toby?
Mr. Garris.
Aye.
Mr. Harris.
Aye.
Dr. Dyken.
Aye.
Mayor Kraft.
Aye. Ordinance 2150 is approved. Thank you. That's all that we have. Is there a committee report from anyone up here? Staff report? John, you got anything to update? Anybody? Yes, Jenny?
I just would like to remind everybody that Arbor Day is coming up on Saturday. We'll be at the Civic Center with trees for Gulf Shores residents. We encourage everyone to plant a tree. So we'll be at the Civic Center Saturday, 8:30 to 10:30 in the morning.
Thank you, Jenny. Dr. Aiken, Kevin, anything?
Just briefly, Mayor.
Please.
Reminder that our monthly Tuesday tour this month will be held at the middle school. That's tomorrow at 9 a.m. And folks can show up there at the middle school and get a great tour of that facility and Dr. Webb and all the great things they're doing. We will have our February board meeting this Thursday in this venue at 5 p.m. We will be entertaining everything we discussed at our work session last Thursday. So all are welcome and encouraged to attend. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Anybody else with anything to present from any of the staff? Anybody here that wishes to approach the council on anything? Any question or comment? Yes, sir.
Hello, my name's Les Roseanne. I'm a property owner at Village of Craft Farms North. I sat in here last week and the meeting went a little long, so I didn't make it go longer. About the trash issue on West Beach. Number one, I want to thank both of you or the committee that listened to the people that had some concerns. Under Alabama law, as I read it, the ability to address you except at a public hearing is not required in the state of Alabama. It's voluntary, and this committee, this commission has always done that. You always ask if people have, anybody wants to pontificate, and you let them pontificate. Regarding the issue on the West Beach, trash cans are an issue. I bicycle. I've got 4,000 miles a year that I bicycle. A lot of them are down here. And you can dodge around most of the trash cans and stuff. That's not the only issue out there. You have issues. I took a ride Sunday, I think it was, and just took a couple of pictures, random pictures. It's not just the trash cans. It's vehicles parked there, construction parked there, construction crews dragging sand out into the path. You can dodge around a trash can usually, but if you hit sand on a bicycle, not good. But a lot of broken glass has shown up. 2014, the city drafted a bicycle and pedestrian master safety plan, and it speaks very clearly in there. The intention is that in an area where there's sand, blowing sand or is dragged on it, that those bicycle paths should be checked on a regular basis. I'm guessing that's not necessarily the case from what I'm observed. A lot of sand. I mean, it's kind of like I'm from Michigan, there's a lot of snow, it gets taken care of. The sand doesn't blow the other way. So if it gets put onto the trail, it's got to be taken off. Otherwise, you're going to endanger people that are more riding bikes than, or wheelchairs. I heard a safety issue and aesthetic issue, and there are, I'm glad to see that you are pulling those two items to discuss further next week. And I also, with the aesthetics, I took pictures out on 2nd Street, East 2nd Street, down towards the east end. There looks like there was a construction zone out there of some sort. There's probably 500 feet of trash, I mean, for lack of a better word, just trash piled up off along the edge of the road. It's on the north side of 2nd Street. It's 2 blocks off the beach. I've got pictures of that I'm going to give to you before I'm done here. And then it's obviously a code violation, but I mean, when you're talking aesthetics and proximity to the beach, this is proximity to the beach, and it's probably, I know it's a code violation. The other issue I'm going to bring to your attention in a letter is pedestrian or bicycle access to the bridge over the canal. I brought it up a few weeks ago. I had trying to get, I bicycled, since I moved up north side and I still bicycle, I use that and I see a lot of people on it. There is no safe way for pedestrian to get across that intersection, none. There are no crosswalks, there are no pedestrian controls, and I understand this is a state highway, so that's probably where the final call is. But there's no way to get a wheelchair across there. You have to go out into the road to get across the bridge. Construction, they did something, they put down loose gravel, and I don't want to call it a fall, because I like to say I don't fall. I had a unanticipated, complicated dismount when I hit loose gravel. And the thoughts at the time were not as pleasant as I'm trying to be here today. I didn't get hurt. My pride, more than anything else, I had done a couple of things. I should have got off and tried to walk, but I've had 2 knee surgery replacements of both knees over the course of the last year. I can bicycle a lot. It's hard for me to walk on uneven surfaces yet. The last one was 3 months ago. And to walk on that loose gravel, so I tried to stay on the bike. Well, I didn't always stay on the bike, but I'm going to draft that in a letter and give you the pictures of probably more of them. But can I give these to you?
Yeah, please, please.
These are the ones that. And these are the bridge. Those further discussed.
Okay.
Any questions?
No, I appreciate it though. I think you're very obvious areas that would need attention. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir, in the back.
Thanks for y'all letting me be here today. My name's Dale Woodruff. I'm with the Alabama Charter Fishing Association. I'm the president at this time. Coming before you today to talk about some AEDs. The association is looking to possibly put up to 60 AEDs on these charter boats, which would range anywhere from near shore in the bays out to 100 miles offshore. We have at least 68 boats possibly could sign up. I'm saying maybe 60, but I'm asking, coming to the city of Gulf Shores today, to ask maybe partner with us to help for some of this funding. We're a nonprofit. We had an incident last year, and this is where the association tried to make a stand on this. We had an incident last year where somebody had an issue on a private vessel, and other boats came to help after there was a call on the VHF. Well, once the boat, one of them had a female doctor on board, so she went to try to help with a female doctor, sent another boat, over to one of our charter boats called the Annie Girl because they thought we had an AED on board. Well, we're not required by Coast Guard to have any AEDs, but we would like to change that. The association would like to change that just for us alone and for any person out there. Well, we didn't have an AED, so our charter captain had to say, sorry, no, we don't have one. So what had happened is, you know, would it have saved the life? We don't know, but the person did succumb to the end, to the situation. But the association got together and talked about this, and our members are from Fort Morgan Marina all the way to Orange Beach. And maybe there's a couple over in Pensacola, but this what we're doing is trying to be for the association members only at this time. Like I say, it could be up to 60 units. Cost could be up to $2,000 a piece, depending on how many we buy. Hopefully we'll get a good discount. I have approached the city of Orange Beach. They have agreed to partner with us on this situation. At this time, the city of Orange Beach Fire Department, since we have to be trained and certified to have these on board our vessel, they have agreed to help us, or to get us trained and certified before we can issue these units. So I guess what I'm doing is I'm asking the city of Orange Beach if they would like to partner with the Alabama Charter Fishing Association so we can get as many AEDs on the water. And they will be accessible to any and all boats or situations or anybody that needs one if we're out there. Like I say, they're going to range from near shore out to 100 miles. And this would be private vessel. If a private vessel needs one, if we're within range, we're there to give it to them. So we will have possibly a flag on the vessel that has them. That way, if somebody doesn't have a radio or sees a flag on a vessel, and I would like to promote this too, so people that are frequently using the water know that we had this out there, this thing. So, you know, we'll try to get that promoted. So there will be a flag on each vessel that has the AEDs on board. So, and again, I'm Dale. I'm with the president of the Alabama Charter Fishing Association, and they asked me to come and talk. And Mr. Garris has been with the association for many, many moons. So,
Can we get a formal request of something in writing that we can read and react to?
yes, sir. I can give
You
you.
can get that, you can get that to our city hall, or John, our city administrator would be the one you communicate that with, and we'll take a look at it, and it'll go through the finance committee, and it'll end up here for discussion and vote.
Sure. Thank you.
We do that. Now, I appreciate you coming.
Yes,
That's a great plan.
Thank you, Dale.
Anybody else? Yeah, yes, please.
Good afternoon, council. Thank you for letting me speak today. My name is Christina Schweiger. I'm with Waste Pro. I'm the Director of Governmental Affairs, Marketing Manager for the Coastal Region. And I noticed that you have the amendment on your, Weaver Public Services on your agenda here. And I just wanted to let you guys know that we hope that you do go out to bid. We're looking to participate. We're hoping that, you know, to partner with you guys. And we want to let you know that we're interested and that we're here.
What's the name of your company?
Waste Pro.
What do you do at Waste Pro?
I'm the Director of Governmental Affairs.
Not you specifically.
Oh.
What does Waste Pro do?
Oh, what does Waste Pro do? Oh, well, we're a garbage company, sir.
So you're helping Republic, or you a sub?
No, sir, we're a competitor.
Oh, competitor.
We are a competitor. We're a completely different company. Waste Pro's been around since 2000. It's a third-time generation garbage man that's running it now. It's a family-owned business. It's a private entity, unlike Republic Services or Waste Management Services. We're projected to be a $2 billion company this year. Got a lot of great things going on with the company. I like to say we're kind of a hybrid company because we function like a mom and pop still, but we still have the capability of handling larger entities like yourself, the larger overhead. You know, we still have localized dispatching, local salespeople, local CSRs, so we also provide jobs and things for local people.
Again, we'll direct you just like you did the other gentleman. If you will get the information to our city administrator of what you've got and let us understand it and take a look at it, we'd appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We'd like, maybe we could get it on the agenda to come in and maybe do a presentation.
That's a franchise agreement that we have with the Republic. that we-
Yes, sir.
We'll have to have some conversations about the
Yes, sir.
schedule of that and the timing of that. If you're wanting to take that position within our city.
Right.
then-
Yes.
then that's a process that
Yes,
John,
sir.
John
We're-
can help you with.
Yes, sir. Basically, I'm asking for you guys to go out to bid to give us an opportunity to bid on, your city
Okay.
for services.
Well, thank you very much. Get that
Thank-
information to John if you will, and I
Thank you.
appreciate you
Yes, sir.
being here tonight.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Hello again.
Couple quick questions. Those of us on the north side lost power during the snowstorm. Is there any talks with Baldwin EMC about getting more substations or adding on to the ones they have since all the growth on the north side?
I have not had a conversation. John, have you heard anything?
No.
No, anybody reach out to you, Public Works? No, sir, we have not.
Okay, is there any way to get that started? Because, that was over an hour that night. And EMC put out that circuit breakers were burning up and everything. And that's what I'm just saying with the school coming and all the growth on the north side, something's going to need to be done to help us get electricity out that way.
Know that the EMC's been involved with all the planning and design of our school and the needs that we have there. So I have to assume that's on track. I don't know anything about other substation upgrade planned. Don't know of anything, but we'll reach out.
Right.
See what the plans are.
My other question, appears a lot of kids got e-bikes for Christmas, and now that the weather's nice, they're out using them. What is our rules in this city about them getting on the sidewalks? They're going crazy up and down Coastal Gateway, people trying to walk on the sidewalks, walking their dog, and they're also coming in our residential neighborhoods, all of our neighborhoods flying down our sidewalks. Because someone is going to get run over here.
We've been all around the world on that, trying to figure out how to deal with them in our public areas down here. I didn't realize they were out in the subdivisions.
Oh, yes, sir.
That's a police department. Reach out, let them know, call them, and let them know you got a problem, and our guys will come out and see what we can do about it.
Okay.
That's all I can tell you. So,
All right. Thank you very much.
thank you. Anybody else? We appreciate you being here. We'll be back here next Monday, and we'll do the same thing again, but with a different agenda and more topics to revisit.
Move to adjourn.
Motion, is there a second?
I think,
Okay. Thank you, Joe.